Well, let's give people some good advice when they're looking to finally outsource something, hire their first person. And I think Merch by Amazon is kind of a good, kind of base to look at. So these are people who are they're looking for designers. When it comes to designing for Amazon, the big, I don't want to say fear, but something that's really important is that whoever does the designing is not breaking copyright, not breaking trademark, not infringing on anybody's intellectual property. That's a big fear. But at the same time, I want to be very clear that it comes down to whoever's uploading the image, whoever's account it is, whoever's hiring a VA, whoever's hiring a designer. It's on you to make sure that the design that you click upload on is okay to upload. All right. So you can't blame a VA. One of the number one problems with Merch by Amazon right now is Merch by Amazon account holders blaming their VAs. You can't blame a VA. It's not the VA's fault. It's your fault. You hired them to make something, you didn't double check. Of course, saying that, it would be great if the designs that came in didn't have Mickey Mouse on them, right? So you don't have to go and double check. But you can outsource the designing. You can outsource anything to do with the artistic side, or you can outsource marketing, promotion, creating lifestyle images, posting to Facebook, Instagram, turning a series of images into a short video for YouTube, all of these different things. And I think that's kind of like what FreeUp kind of excels at compared to maybe a platform that is only about design or only about certain things, because you guys have VAs and you're able to outsource literally like any type of product or any service.
Yeah, I mean, we have virtual assistants, we have freelancers, we have agencies and experts on the platform, 5 to 100 plus per hour, fixed prices too. And before I forget, what a lot of the merch clients that we use, what we see is they'll almost have two different people. They'll have someone in charge of the uploading, someone in charge of the graphics, and you get that second person to check everything and do the research before it actually goes live. And it's no different than for my billing. Before we bill $100,000 every week, we have someone that double checks everything before it goes out. And it's not the same person. And it's not that we don't trust the first person. It's just, that's what a good business owner does. Whenever there's that extra level of risk in your business, you get a second eye on it before it goes live. And I think that strategy can prevent a lot of issues. But what I like to do is break it down into 3 levels. You got basic, mid, and expert. Basic level freelancers, that 10 and below range, maybe they're non-US. Usually when you think of virtual assistants or outsourcing, they might have years of experience, but they're followers. So they're there to follow your systems, your processes. You got the mid-level, the specialists, like graphic designers, the writers, the listers, bookkeepers. You're not teaching someone how to be a graphic designer. You can tweak what they do to fit your needs, but they're also not consulting with you either. They're doers. And then you got the experts, the 20 and up, that can consult, project manage, execute high-level game plans, handle a budget, bring their own expertise to the table, and guide you things that are outside of your core competency. So as a business owner, you see a lot of, hey, hiring an expert and saying, follow my system, which doesn't work that great. Or on the flip side, hey, I don't know Facebook ads. I'm going to hire someone for $5 an hour, go run my ads. And that usually doesn't work out that great either. So understanding the different levels and how to utilize them. And as you grow and get bigger, you're going to try to pull people from different levels to get that right fit you want. It's just really important when you're hiring.
It's one of those things that I think you've heard me say it before, that whoever started the whole $2 to $3 an hour VA like baseline drives me nuts, right? Because I think people need to get more or have like a higher view of outsourcing than just something that's $2 to $3 an hour. Like you're going to get so much better quality and expertise and knowledge and follow through and all these things by willing to pay a little more. So I don't know how low you guys go, but when you say like the sub 10 range, I think people need to listen to that and not be like, well, I thought it was 2 or 3. I heard 2 or 3 on a podcast one time. No, I don't care if you heard 2 or 3 on a podcast, right? Like you get what you pay for.
Our minimum's 5, and you can agree to fixed prices and weekly prices that might come out a little lower, but that's really our lowest. And for a good reason. I mean, we have a no turnover guarantee. If someone quits, we cover replacement costs. And if you lowball people and you pay them pretty awful, then the chances of them quitting skyrockets.
It's possible, yeah.
I mean, the flip side of it is when you find someone you really like, and we know hiring's hard and you go through different people, when you find someone you like, figure out how to retain them. How do you give them bonuses or raises or incentives? That simple question, and I made a Facebook post about this the other day. It's, are you happy working with me? I can't tell you how many people just don't ask that to the people that they work with. And you want that feedback. If they don't like working with you, you want the ability to get ahead of it. If they have feedback that can improve your business or your managerial style or your leadership or whatever it is, you want that information. Information is power as an entrepreneur. So when you find people, make sure you're asking that question and you're doing everything possible to keep them around. Turnover is a pain. Replacing people is a pain. It puts startups in circles. It can really set you back.
I mean, even I wasn't thinking of it the right way when you said you can hire experts. So you're not just outsourcing tasks. So it's not like a kind of a task rabbit kind of thing. You can find someone who will set up and run your Facebook ads. You can find someone who you're buying their expertise more than you're outsourcing a task. And I think a lot of people out there, especially in the merch community, are thinking of outsourcing tasks as the only reason that you would have a VA or outsource something. But when it comes to Merch by Amazon, I mean, outsourcing, the ability to set up an Instagram ad or a Twitter ad or Facebook, all that stuff, incredibly valuable. And instead of going to different sites and trying to learn all these different things, to have it all in one place, I think should make people kind of think, wait a minute, I got to check this free up thing out, because so many people are doing all of it themselves. They're like us in 2008. They're like, what? Why would I hire somebody? I like waking up every 2 hours to change the tapes. It's like, it was fun for a little while, right? It was fun to set up the process, but then, repeatedly doing it wasn't necessarily super fun. But there was no free up back in 2008.
There was no free up in 2008.
I'm doing some arbitrage here. I'm finding things at a lower market price. I'm bringing them to a higher market price. I'm making money in between. But man, I did not enjoy the systematic, okay, now I need to improve productivity. And hey, I found books 33% faster.